We're approaching 1 week into the return of Philippine volleyball. While the PVL Open Conference has already given us endearing moments, we'll for sure have plenty more moments to celebrate as the tournament moves along. Day 6 kicks off with the veteran Black Mamba Army taking on the defending champions, Creamline. Army, in its long history in helping grow local volleyball, has been a staunch presence in the first professional league in Philippine history. Creamline is in the midst of a 22-game win streak and look primed to get that momentum going. In the second game, Cherry Tigo will face Bali Pure. The crossovers have been the most dominant team of the tournament so far. While Bali Pure seems overmatched against Cherry Tigo's lineup of Japan imports and national team players, the Water Defenders have never shied from trying to score an upset. Who do you think will shine among our volleyball superstars? Watch them dazzle with us here in the Premier Volleyball League.
Good afternoon, Philippines, and again, welcome as we continue the first week of coverage of the first and only professional volleyball league in the country. This is the Premier Volleyball League. We're talking about the Open Conference. We're on day 6, and of course, we are always broadcasting live from the PCV Social, Civic, and Cultural Center in the Bacra Bubble, Bacra, Ilocos Norte. Doubleheader, as usual, for today, Thursday. We begin with the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers going up against the defending champions, the Creamline Cool Smashers, who are leading the way in the Open Conference. And then later on tonight, another team that is also romping through the competition so far, Cherry Tigo Crossovers, going up against the Bali Pure Water Defenders. These are all live on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Magandang hapon, Pilipinas. My name is Boom Gonzalez, and I'm very happy to be back with Carmela Tunay joining me today. Good afternoon, partner.
Good afternoon, partner. It's been a while, and good afternoon also to all the volleyball fans out there. It's another treat for us this afternoon, doubleheader nga. And syempre exciting dahil maghaharap dalawang veteran teams right now. We have the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers versus the Creamline Cool Smashers, as we can see 2 and 4 here in the standings. So, boom, exciting times ahead. Nabanggit ko nga, dalawang veteran teams ito. Pero right now, Creamline looking like the stronger team on paper, but we cannot deny the heart and character of the Black Mamba Army, and they've proven that in their last game against the Bali Pure Water Defenders.
And of course, at the bottom of the team standings, as you see, yesterday natalo ang PLDT Home Fiber. The Perla Spikers, the good news that came out today, they are allowed to see action already. They have been given the go signal after the health and safety protocols. And officially, I believe, from what we have read, it is Sunday that we're going to see them for the very first time. Okay, let's talk about this game. As Mela mentioned, it is Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers versus the Creamline Cool Smashers. Let's first focus our attention on the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers. What you're watching is that match against the Bali Pure Water Defenders. That was match number 10, played in 1 hour and 57 minutes. 4 very tough sets, Mela.
That's right, and we've seen the rallies in that game talagang ang haba, and it only goes to show the preparation and the character that both these teams have shown in that game. And it's also nice to see the Black Mamba Army not only getting numbers from their veteran Jovelyn Gonzaga, but also from Royce Tubino, who scored 19 points in that game. And we know the things that she could do for this team, pero maliban doon, isa rin talaga sa nagpakilala muli ay itong ating legend sa Philippine volleyball. We have Ging Balse Pabayo also also getting into the score sheet and scoring the crucial points for the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers.
Off the bench yun, ano? I remember listening to Eric Tepan and Mosh Cruz in that match, and they were saying, hopefully Royce Tubino can do better in that game. And exactly, parang nakikinig. Baka may override ito si Royce as she was rolling in that match, and she bounced back and leading the way for Army.
That's right. And yun nga yung kagandahan kasi doon. For the longest time, it's been Ate Jov making the waves for the Team Army. Pero ngayon, at least both sides, diba, from the opposite and now from the outside, ito si Royce Tubino scoring 19 points from 17 attacks and 2 aces.
And you look at the numbers right there. Backed up, by the way, by Jovi Gonzaga. We'll talk about the numbers a little later. But you also mentioned the value of course, the legend, yung Balse Pabayo, came off the bench, Mela. That first set was actually because of her. Yung dulo ng first set, hinugot siya ni Coach Kung Fu, the 38-year-old who was still thinking whether she was going to go back to playing volleyball. She made the right decision, Mela.
That's right. And syempre, it's a joy for us fans to watch Ging Balse Pabayo making a lot of beautiful things still for volleyball. As in, kung sabihin walang kupas. And we've seen also an interview with her after the game. She was teary-eyed that game because sabi niya, kung ano yung kaya ng kanyang katawan, ng kanyang pag-iisip for volleyball, she will give it all. And we've seen it all as they got that win against the Bali Pure Water Defenders. And syempre, pag-usapang puso, hindi rin pwede mawala Jovelyn Gonzaga. As you can see, kahit malamangan sila, mahabol sila, in the end, sila pa rin talaga yung pupukpok for the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers.
Banggiting lang natin 2 games so far. Gonzaga, 13 points, 16 digs, 12 receptions. Before that, 17 points on 15 attacks, 2 blocks, 16 digs, and 14 receptions. Napakaganda ng linaro ni Jovi Gonzaga. Pero, ganun din ang masasabi natin para sa Creamline Cool Smashers so far. Maganda ang kanilang nilalaro. 2-0, but Mela, 2 very tough matches. First against Santa Lucia, and second against Petrogas Angels. And even if you look at the score, syempre, kita mo ang haba ng first 2 sets. But you have to be watching this game to appreciate that in sets number 3 and 4, they had to come back to win, especially yung set number 4 na yan.
That's right. And I think crucial din yung 3 and 4 kasi merong nagpakilala sa kanila. One of their newest recruits for Creamline, Tots Carlos, making waves in the 3rd and 4th set. Pero yun, nabanggit nga natin ng Creamline. Kahit maging dikit man yung score, in the end, talagang Alyssa Valdez is clutch. Alyssa is Alyssa always and always. Kaya naman nakita natin yung leadership niya transpiring in that game. So, as we can see, ito si Alyssa in that game, talagang scoring the crucial points for the Creamline Cool Smashers. And not just that, she was also doing a very good all-around game because she was able to score 21 digs and 18 receptions for the Creamline Coal Smashers.
Okay, so Alyssa Valdez was backed up by 4 players who were also in double figures. You look at her numbers, she picked her spots in game number 1 against Santa Lucia, but dito mas kinailangan siya. Not the most efficient, but that's not what we're talking about when it comes to Alyssa Valdez. It's where she does her things and how she does the things that she does. And you look at the numbers, and she was backed up by Sato, Panaga, Gumabaw, who were all scoring in double figures. And then may binunot pa si Coach Sherwin Meneses from the bench, Mela.
That's right. Yun nga, sabi ko kanina, si Tots Carlos, making her presence felt for her new team, the Creamline Coal Smashers. And this game also goes to show the value of Gia Morado para sa Creamline because na-maximize niya nga 4 players tapos may isa pa na off the bench na talagang napatunog niya rin that game. So, it was really a total team effort for Creamline Coal Smashers. And as we can see in that game, si Alyssa nga all-around game. Although, boom, na banggit mo na hindi yun yung numbers that we expect from Alyssa. Pero kakaiba na yun. When 16 points is low for a person, it means she's really phenomenal, di ba?
Exactly.
Pero yun nga yung mga aces niya that game. She could score 5 and more than 5 aces in the game. Pero those 2 aces that she scored against Petrogas were, kumbaga, momentum shifters for the Creamline Coal Smashers.
How about the life of Gia Morado in this team, not just in the game? Ang dami mong pipiliin na pwedeng puntahan. Nadagdagan pa ng Tots Carlos, nadagdagan pa ng Janet Panaga. Mela, kung ikaw ang setter ng Creamline, ang sarap siguro ng pakiramdam.
Baka yun yung sinasabi na talagang good vibes talaga.
Correct.
Sa Creamline dahil si Gia, yun nga, she's able to maximize everyone. So siguro for the Spikers, nakikita nga nila yung value ni Gia kasi napapa-shine sila lahat. Pero I think for Gia, she also appreciates everyone kasi hindi naman lahat ng magagandang set na translate into points. But then, ito mga spikers ng Creamline manages to really let everyone credit also her excellent sets by converting all of them into points.
I believe Noel Zarate is right there at the venue in Baccaray, Ilocos Norte, our competition announcer, to get us going and to announce the starters for match number 13 today, Thursday. It is Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers versus Creamline Cool Smashers.
Second referee is Rene Gaspilio. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 2, team captain, Eliza Valdez. Middle blocker from the National University, number 5, Risa Sato. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, number 6, Jeanette Panaga. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, Michelle Gomabao. Center from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 12, Gia Morado. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 18, Tots Carlos. Starting libero from the Far Eastern University, number 11, Kaina Atienza. And the interim head coach for Creamline is Sherwin Meneses. And now the starters for the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers. Middle blocker from Arellano University, number 2, Ann Esquera. Middle blocker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 4, Tim Francisco. Outside spiker also from UST, number 6, Jen Gutierrez. Center also from UST, number 7, Jane Gonzalez. Opposite hitter from Central Philippines University, number 8, team captain, Jovelyn Gonzaga. Outside spiker from the University of Perpetual Health, number 15, Royce Tubino. Starting libero from Rizal Technological University, number 10, Angela Luna. And the head coach for the Lady Troopers is Cuckoo Emilio Reyes Jr.
The starting lineup for the Creamline Cool Smashers, the defending champions, who, by the way, the last time we saw them, it was 2019 in November, before, of course, this version of our professional PVL. They won 20 straight matches to win the championship over Petrogas Angels, and then 2 today, or 2 this week. So 22 game winning streak so far para sa kanila. In the meantime, the Black Army or Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers involved Mela in technically the longest game in PVL history kung isasama mo yung 4-hour break na nangyari in between that game of Petrogas Angels. Matatawa tayo, Mela, but as we start our first set, how tough was that for Black Mamba Army to get over something like that? Of course, they lost eventually, but they recovered in the next match against Balipure.
Siguro talking about that game, pag-usapan din natin yung dedication ng both teams to still play with quality after, waiting for 4 hours na mag-resume yung kanilang game. And earlier, we were talking about the Army Lady Troopers were waiting for 4 hours na, alam mo yun, kumbaga, we all know naman na some of them, mga veterans na talaga, na hindi pa rin talaga nauubos yung pagsabay sa mga younger players. So, yeah, we were just so happy to see na despite the long hours of waiting, nakakita tayo ng quality na pag-resume ng game.
And Eliza Valdez, right away, I think the mindset, and I may be wrong, but I am assuming the mindset of Creamline today, even if they won the first 2 games, is they want to come out swinging today because, against Santa Lucia, nadapa sila in the third set, in an extended set. Against Petrogas Angels, they had to come back from 5 points down in that 4th set and then lost the first set, if you remember, against Petrogas as the champions battled each other. And all coaches, Mela, you know that as the tournament goes, they want to get better. And I think, I'm just assuming, that Creamline probably will try to be sharper today from the very start. Although, itong Black Mamba Army, sigurado, hindi magpapatalo yan. They have a lot of pride and they are coached very well by Coach Kung Fu, whom you know very well also, Mela.
Long time coach. Well, ang maganda dito kasi both these teams came from their 4-set wins respectively, and we just want to see who goes in this game carrying their momentum from the last win. So earlier, ito 2 points each for both the teams. Meron ng back-to-back errors from the service error of Gia and misreception ni Eliza. Pero ito, bumabawi agad, and that's what we want to see in a team na talaga gusto manalo today.
Liza Valdez. Looking at the accolades sa dami-dami ng lalabas dyan. Ang mga individual awards ni Eliza Valdez in the V-League in general, in different iterations of the V-League right now. Of course, nandito na tayo sa professional volleyball as we are 3-3. Namigay ng puntos ang Creamline, so Black Mamba and Esguerra will get us going for this rally.
You have to take note also, Boom, how Black Mamba Army would take advantage of these early errors that the Creamline Pool Smashers are committing kasi their 3 points are all from Creamline errors.
And an error at the net as somebody touched the net, so that means Jem Gutierrez will get that point for the lead. 4-3, interim coach Sherwin Meneses taking care of business while Coach Ty Bundit is in isolation. In the meantime, Sato, who played very well, like I said, 4 players in double figures in that match. Sato had 11, Panaga had 15, Gumabaw had 12 to back up Eliza Valdez's 16.
Again, early part of this game, unforced errors haunting the Creamline Cool Smashers. 5 points for the Black Mamba Army. All coming off from the errors of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Ayan, so tignan natin kung talagang the Army Lady Troopers will take advantage of this, parang ligaw pa yung vibe ng Creamline in this early part of the game.
Which is basically how they started against Petrogas Angels. That's why it's surprising today that they're starting off a little slow. Okay, we have to mention pala, I'm sorry and I missed this, Gemma Galanza is not starting for Creamline. Di ba si Tots Carlos kagad ang linagay nila. Tots Carlos came in the 3rd set of their last game after the second technical timeout. The score was at 16-14 at the time. They brought in Tots Carlos for Gemma Galanza, who was being treated with percussion therapy. They were icing her right knee. And I was wondering how she would recover and how she would play today. Well, I don't know if we're going to see her. But right now, kumbaga, sinusuklian itong magandang laro ni Tots Carlos and she is starting right now.
I actually sent Gemma a message yesterday. Parang kinamusta ko siya. Sabi niya hindi naman daw super serious, but then everyone's still taking a good look and good care of her. Kaya
sure.
pinahinga pa rin and tinitherapy pa din. Pero for her fans, nothing to worry about. I guess she's just resting and seeing the performance of Tots Carlos last game. The team is very confident that she could handle this. The way that Gumabaw handled that cross-court attack, specialty in the house for Michelle Gumabaw.
And that's the wonderful thing of having a loaded lineup anyway, Mela. You know, one player has to rest maybe for whatever reason. In the case of Gemma, it's her knee. Tots Carlos, who came off the bench with 7 points. Starting today, another service error to bring us to our first technical timeout. Black Mamba Army ahead by 3. Back inside the venue in Bacara, Ilocos Norte. Of course, the PCV Social Civic and Cultural Center. Score is 8-6 after that 6th attack point by Creamline Cool Smashers. Si Panaga ba yun, partner, ang
napansin natin in their previous game, Panaga slowly getting the hang of that running attack. Kasi before, ang talagang nakita natin sa kanya, mga back quick attacks, B attacks. Pero ngayon, yun na yung nagiging slowly becoming her specialty. Of course, with the help of an excellent setter like Gia Morado,
Tin Francisco.
making her own version of a running hit. Too much power in that attack.
I'm just happy to see her playing. Remember, she
That's
had a left knee
Injury, yeah.
ACL injury, and she has decided to forego her last eligibility year for UST to play for the Black Mamba Army. So we're so happy that Tin Francisco is playing the game that she loves. Wherever it is, yun lang yun,
That's right.
when you recover from an ACL.
And at least to some of our athletes, at some point medyo nakaganda din yung downtime nung pandemic because
Oo,
some of
to
them,
heal.
especially those with injuries, were able to heal and really take time to do their therapies, diba? So now we're all happy to see them back. Even sila Layug from Cherry Tigo are now
Correct. Oo,
playing.
tama.
Not just playing well.
Very well.
Diba?
Eliza is one of them as we are in the middle of this rally. 10-6 so far. Eliza will send it. No, she won't send it over. When I was talking to her last week, sabi niya, a lot of people didn't know or don't know that when she was playing in the finals against Petrogas Angels, she had a little mild fracture already on her foot at that time. As we have a timeout, and sometimes we can hear the coach, sometimes we can't. So let's see if we can hear Sherwin. Okay, Mela, mukhang hindi natin maririnig si Coach Sherwin. Right now, it's 11-6, so let me just go back to that part. So Eliza Valdez, when I was talking to her last week, said na, she was playing with an injury. So going back to your point, the pandemic, as bad as that is for everybody, that is, I guess, the positive na nakapahinga
That's
siya and na naka-heal siya. Unfortunately, not all players kulang pa rin yung oras.
Yeah, it's a case-to-case basis. But at least parang some players like ito si Francisco, like even Eliza, diba? Parang our evidence na at some point nakaganda yung pahinga for some of our athletes.
Laki na tong lamang na to. This is a 5-point lead. Valdez. Gonzaga. Good attack there. Valdez again. That's low. So it's not over. So a 6-point lead early in this first set.
And again, we have to take note that majority of the points that Black Mamba Army had been generating are coming off from the unforced errors of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Even Eliza has been having a hard time dealing with those sets because of misreceptions. Ayan, so we have another not so good reception from the libero.
Oh, nice off speed there by Tots from the back row. Nakita niya yung butas. She sent it over to the donut hole and gets the score and cuts the lead down to 7 now. The good thing about Creamline, if you're a fan of Creamline, they have shown the ability to come back. In set number 4, they were down 13-8 against the Petrogas Angels, and they came back and won that 25-20. A lot of that was because of the blocking and the spiking of Tots Carlos in that set number 4.
That's right. I also remember making a comment about activating your middles kasi doon talaga nasusubok yung mga magagandang laro when it's not just the outside hitters or the wing spikers that are doing the damage for the team, but as well as the middle attackers being activated. Like that from Risa Sato, quick attack, very basic but super effective.
Good enough to cut the lead in half. The biggest lead was at 6. It's now down to 3. It will be 9 serving 12, and si Coach Kung Fu naman ang tatawag ng timeout dito sa ating first set. Right now, again, there are times that we can hear the coach, there are times we can't, and also to explain to the fans who might be tuning in for the very first time. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but the panel and the broadcast team is not in the venue. The venue is only with the players, the tournament officials, the technical people. and people from One Sports, and of course the other officials from the tournament. Yun lang pong allowed. Siyempre, minimize nila yung mga tao dyan. And in between games, by the way, as you see Sato there, get the point. In between games, there's a 1-hour wait because they have to sanitize and disinfect the court for 30 minutes and then allow the 30-minute warm-ups for the next game. So
The new adjustments that we
Yes.
all have to make for this new normal,
Right.
even in sports, right?
but at least, we are right here and the games are going on. No handshakes, no switching of courts. So sabi nila wala daw yung mga superstitions. Mela, did you have any of those? Like which side of the court was like a superstitious side during the games as we are in the middle of this rally? 13-9 is our score. Eliza Valdez loads up on that one.
Well, may mga napapansin lang, pero parang you, personally as a person, you wouldn't want to dwell on that kasi it might affect you then psychologically na you might believe na dito ka lang sa side na to magaling, di ba?
Right.
Oo.
Gonzalez with the error. 13-10 is our score. First set, Black Mamba Army, Creamline Cool Smashers. Match number 13, day 6. The set, the combination, Jovi. Atienza was there. Carlos na naman. Binitin na naman. It's a good decision again by Tots Carlos, who looked like she was going to go for a full swing and then held back that arm at the last second.
Isa talaga yan sa mga gustong-gusto ko kay Kalo, yung talagang full swing siya in every attack and then it's really the last minute where you find out kung ano ba yung gagawin niya sa bola. And it's been working well for her kanina, full swing, cut shot, and then now full swing, drop shot from the pipe.
Sarap kasi pag ganyan din ang lundag mo eh.
That's right.
You have time to think and time to adjust. Okay, from 6 points down, as we said, the Creamline Cool Smashers has shown the ability in the last 2 games to come back in the set, and they're back here, 12 serving 13. Gia Morado continues to do so. First set, first game. A bump set to Jovi. Ang hirap nun, but nagawan ng paraan. She found a crack in that wall and she powers it through.
You could really see the power in Gonzaga going up against one of the best middle blockers in PVL and one of the best blockers before in the UAAP. You know, Sato has won multiple best middle awards in the PVL. Pero dun pa rin tinarget ni Gonzaga yung kanyang atake, knowing that she could get past through that ball.
Eliza Valdez does the same thing that Tots Carlos did, just from the different direction. Again, last second, the beautiful tip, beautiful extension. Jem Gutierrez couldn't get to it. And she will go serve now, 13-14.
What a serve.
And what a reception. That sets up the bionic Ilonga.
Kanina through the block with power, ngayon naman power cross-court hit. The things that Jovelyn Gonzaga can do, talagang mapapabilib ka na lang. The bionic Ilonga for that cross-court shot.
Her first game, 17 points on 15 attacks. May 16 digs and 14 receptions. What triple-double, ano? Yung second game, sinundan niya 13 points, 16 digs, and 12 receptions. The do-it-all. And on cue, she gets them into the second technical timeout. 16-13 is our score. We will be back. Back inside the venue in Ilocos Norte, Marian Esguerra, or 2 points, an attack and an ace gets us going for this rally. 16-13. Carlos, good reaction there and a good save. Bumping it to the other side. Combination play. Nandun na naman si Carlos. But Gutierrez was there. Gonzaga this time was covered by a double block.
You could see even from the TV coverage na talagang yung penetration ng kamay ni Tots Carlos going for that block nandun na sa kabilang side, and that's what we want to see for a good quality block courtesy of Tots Carlos.
Sato, 3 points on 3 attacks. Over received, picked up, saved, but a chance here as they go to Gumabao. Gumabao is long. Mitch is asking for a touch. But right now it's 17-14.
No luck on that last play for Gumabao.
Trying to
Trying to
negotiate
contest, oo.
with Nestor Matematico.
I guess we'll never know. Pag ganyan, hindi ka rin talaga amin.
Femem Nas makes an appearance here.
Double substitution for the Army Lady Troopers.
Yan.
Gumabao, bumawi.
Yan. At yan talaga doon mo makikita si Gia minsan maglaro. Sige, sasabihin niya siguro sa'yo. Oh, ako na bala.
Move on na. Oo.
Sige, bigyan
Bawi
na lang,
ka.
bigyan na lang kita. At medyo malakas yung hampas ni Michelle Gumabao. And that one, little force. Balse Pabayos in the ball game. The spark plug from the bench. She dives for that save. Creamline with the ball and the deficit at 2. Run and gun is checked at the net. And guess who got the block?
Grabe. I mean, you know, as a volleyball fan, kinikilabutan ako in that sequence because you've seen si Ging Balse Pabayo dumipensa, nag-dive sa gitna, pero she still went up and got that block against Panaga. The dedication, you know, that she puts in the game, regardless kung starter ba siya, kung off the bench ba siya, it's the same level, it's the same quality.
We have players here who were spark plugs in their previous games. Balse Pabayo para sa Army, Tots Carlos para sa Creamline, and basically credited also for a big part for their previous wins. Black Mamba Army against a gritty Bally Pure Water Defenders. Ang Creamline naman against another gritty champion team in Petrogas Angels as Carlos sends it to the net. So Black Mamba Army continuing or maintaining a 3-point lead here.
Again, if Creamline wants to stay into this game, they have to really minimize those unforced errors because again, they've had a lot in the early first part of this game, and then now approaching the end game, bumabalik na naman, boom, yung kanilang mga unforced errors.
Let me just correct myself, Mela. It is Rene Gaspillo as the second referee of this match with Roberto Celso, Bobby Celso, the first referee for this match number 13.
Good reception.
Perfect reception. Balse Pabayo again. And how good would be for Coach Kung Fu, parang alam niya kung saan gagamitin at kailan gagamitin.
Yeah.
Rin,
Siyempre, ako masasabi ko, ilang dekada na rin sila. Dekada na rin siguro sila magkasama sa Army. Kaya, kumbaga, kilalang-kilala na nila yung kilos and kung ano yung mabibigay ng bawat isa. Pero, napakagandang bunot nito, substitution. You know, putting in Ging Balse Pabayo in the game and already contributing 2 points in just 1 rotation.
Yung talino ni Eliza Valdez, not putting so much power on that one, just over the block, down the line, looking at the corner for their 12th attack point in that match. Gemma Galanza.
Getting some action here in this game.
Usually the last 2 matches, she is the starter. She's coming in now as a service specialist. So they're going to try to preserve that knee and use her in spurts, I assume, especially from serving, because she is a great server.
And defender as well.
Of
Kailangan
course,
nila yan sa
oo.
likod. So, those kinds of balls, sometimes hindi mo na madidepensahan, especially with the help of the net.
Iba na magaling, iba na rin na swerte,
Oh,
as they say.
minsan pinagsasama pa, parang si
Yan.
Royce Tubino.
Kaya, and you'll need all the luck that you can get when you're going up against the defending
Definitely.
champion. So they are 4 points away. 21-17 is our score. And Sherwin will try to ice itong si Jane Gonzalez and talk it over. What is Black Mamba Army doing so well? I know you mentioned already that Creamline, there's more errors than usual for a champion team. But we have to credit Black Mamba Army also, Mela. What are you seeing that they're doing so well?
Well, so far napapansin ko, kahit hindi nila nare-register as solid blocks yung kanilang mga touches, the good thing is natatouch pa rin nila yung mga attacks. That's why napo-force din mag-error itong Creamline. And then Creamline has also shifted into doing cut shots and drop balls kasi nga na-check sila. So I think so far for Black Mamba Army, they're doing well in that net defense. So let's see how Creamline responds after this timeout rather.
17 for Creamline, 21 for Black Mamba Army. Ang tabayanan nyo, of course, sabi nga ni Mela, Cherry Tigo crossovers later against the Valley Pure Water Defenders in our second game. So let's see if Coach Sherwin has iced Jane Gonzalez.
You have to take note that Black Mamba Army now has a full front line coming in this end game.
They go to Sato.
Yun yung sinasabi natin na na-check nila kahit hindi ma-register as black point.
Inatake pa rin. Carlos was there. They bump it to Valdez. Ginawa ng paraan. Gonzaga on the other side. It is off a Creamline Cool Smasher if I'm not mistaken. So that's 22 for them.
I think that ball was actually sailing outside. Pero sinisipag yan si Tots Carlos. She tried to get that one and there was a check.
Look, I think there's a little confusion, Mela. Bobby Celso and Rene Gaspillo will talk it over here.
Nag-award ba? Ba't binitawan?
So, what is the official call? They're going to give it to Black
Tuloy pa rin.
Mamba, yes. So that means it's a 5-point lead. Make that a 6-point lead. It looked like it was wide.
That could have been a good play, no? Ang ganda nung bigay ni Gia. Talagang pinaikot niya si Eliza to the other side for that combination attack. But it was just too much angle for the Phenom.
Gonzalez continues to serve. Another misreceived ball. Galanza from the back row. Pagkakataon para sa Black Army. Battle at the net.
Good
Picked up.
defense.
Eliza. They send it over. Chance here for Creamline. Dikit sa net. Somebody touched it. It might be Tubino.
Probably Anes Guerra as she
Esguerra.
went for that block against Sato.
They're still 2 points away from getting a set from the Creamline Cool Smashers. So again, for the second straight game, starting a bit slow for the defending champions. 9-4 excellent sets in favor of Creamline. Tots was there. Valdez cross court. Dug up well. Ang ganda nung dig doon ni Nunag, which led to this Tubino attack and a set point for Coach Kung Fu.
Tubino really giving it her all in that last attack. Nakikita mo medyo yung set kasi nakatapat na dun talaga sa kamay ng blockers. Parang hindi niya na malilihis yun as compared to her usual angles. Pero still too much power in that attack. And speaking of power, of course, Valdez hindi magpapatalo as she now goes for the serve.
Goes to the opposite side to attack this one. Saving one set point. Nunag. Gutierrez thought that ball wasn't returning, but it returns with some interest courtesy of Tots Carlos.
Here comes the Creamline Cool Smashers. And makikita natin yung sipag talaga as Tots Carlos defends that ball and attacks it as well. So, talagang walang pwedeng mag-relax at this point of the game because we've seen Creamline come back from these kinds of scores.
Definitely. Oh, what a smart move by Gonzaga. It wasn't the perfect set, but she knew where the opening was, and it was at the corner. And Black Mamba Army gets the set, the first one, against the defending champions, the Creamline Cool Smashers. And we're back with you here on One Sports and One Sports Plus. You're looking at the first set statistics. The Creamline Cool Smashers leading in attacks. Pero grabe yung numero. Ito, laging sinasabi ni Carmela kanina sa first set, the errors, the unforced nature of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Very championship-like. Ano, ano kaya? Bakit kaya? Is it what is your explanation for this, Mela, this first part?
Well, I haven't experienced being in a bubble playing games on a daily, so I don't know what's going on with the the body of these players, yung kanilang mental side of the game. Pero it was definitely a sluggish start for Creamline, although we've seen na may mga sparks sila ng paghabol, ng pagdikit, pero they gave Black Mamba Army the luxury to have that confidence na maglaro lang ng magaan. And in that first set, nakita natin it was only Valdez and Carlos making the making noise for Creamline Coal Smashers 5 and 4 respectively. And then for Black Mamba Army naman, we have Gonzaga and Tobino 6 and 3, all from attacks.
For a weaker, I use the word parang weaker team kasi mas seeded higher naman ang Creamline talaga. No? Aminin naman natin. When you give them confidence from the start, going to your point, minsan yan lang din kailangan nila. No? Parang you get confidence, you have a certain flow, a certain rhythm, everybody's feeling good, at sumusunod na yung laro. I also want to mention what you were saying about playing in the bubble. It's very unique. Again, part of the new routine that the players are doing, Mela, when I've been interviewing them 2 weeks before the start, is that most of them are already doing their warm-ups for good 30 to 45 minutes sa hotel pa lang.
Right.
Whether in their room or sa mga hallways, sa mga corridor ng kanilang mga hotel. And then when they ride the bus, which is a 30-minute ride from the hotel
Go
room.
warm up na sila.
Nandun din sa bus. They continue the warm-up that they started from the hotel. Para pagdating dito, medyo na-activate na sila ng konti and then they go through the protocols.
So to our aspiring athletes, ganun kasi talaga yung setup. Kunyari, training camp, ganun. Kasi you have to really maximize everything that you have and all the time that you have. Pero ngayon, dito sa bubble setup, they are just reapplying it. Kasi ngayon, everyday yung games nila eh. I mean, for most teams, everyday yung game. So, kailangan talaga nilang masanay na laging on time, laging on cue yung mga ginagawa nila.
Tapos nung hindi pa nagsisimula yung liga, Mela, as we have a lull here, and nung hindi pa nagsisimula yung liga, the week prior to the start of the PVL, which was last Saturday, they only had 1 hour per team
To
allowed
train.
on the court.
Yeah.
So talagang maximize is the word.
Yeah, there's only one court and there are 10 teams
teams.
eh, di ba? So, they really have to make the most out of the time given to them.
Back to the game, and nagpapatuloy ang kumpiyansa nitong Black Mamba Army with a 3-1 lead here in set number 2. Mela Tunay, Boom Gonzalez, Ai Tinsay is of course there in Lawag. Kumabaw gets it back.
And another thing that's been working well for the Black Mamba Army is their defense. No courtesy of Nunag earlier, and now naman ito
Agno.
si Agno.
Tama.
All over the floor for Black Mamba.
Look at Jovelyn Gonzaga just doing the damage from in different ways. Utak, palo, laglag.
And you can see the body language na of Black Mamba Army. They are playing lighter than the usual. Kasi diba in their previous matches talagang intense yung mga rallies. Talagang makikita mo na they are pressured to generate points. Pero dito, it seems like they're just playing, diba? On the other hand, Creamline naman, medyo not the usual Creamline good vibes that we're used to seeing.
Little tight from the start, 2-4. After that service error by Royce Tubino, who was the top scorer in the last match with 19 points on 17 attacks and a couple of service aces too. Nunag receives. Gia picks Carlos, sent back Carlos with a reaction. Chance ball. Gonzalez, balik kay Gonzaga, goes cross court, and it catches the line.
But you know, no matter how many times you set up Jovelyn Gonzaga, yung approach hindi magbabago. It's always as explosive as that last cross-court attack.
So good. Nahiwalay siya kay Rachel Andakis para dito sa PVL. Napakatagal nilang magkasama.
Gonzakis
Oo,
duo.
tama. And for the first time in many, many years, they're playing apart and carving. Well, hindi ko naman sasabihin carving a name of their own because they already have a name of their own.
Legends.
But parang, di ba,
Their own
legends,
rights.
yeah. But leading separate teams now. And speaking of Dakis, they won yesterday. Signal HD Spikers. So, happy birthday, Ayel Estoniero.
Birthday niya.
Birthday niya today. Nanalo sila kahapon.
Happy birthday, Ayel.
So, happy birthday.
She played a good game yesterday
Very
too.
good, yes. Ang ganda ng birthday gift kay Ayel. In the meantime, pumapatong itong unforced errors ng Creamline. 12 na. At 3 hinahabol. Make something out of it, mababa.
Kanina, it was Creamline who was starting the game with unforced errors piling up. And then so far, at the second set, it's the Black Mamba Army committing back-to-back-to-back errors. Keeping the score tight at 4 and 6.
Mabaw targets Tubino. And Tubino couldn't keep it in play, so now the lead is down to 1.
The blocking of Creamline starting to be effective in this set. Panaga taking charge at the net together with Gia Morado.
Papalitan ng tao dito, and it might be from the Black Mamba side. Audrey Paran comes in for the very first time for Coach Kung Fu.
Oh, good attack.
Martin Francisco. Carlos rejected.
Again, the blocking of Army rather.
Tinuro pa.
Sayang na kasi yung blocking ng Army, talagang nakaka-check sila. Pero in that last attack of Eliza, that pipe attack, no one attempted to block her. No checks at all, and it was a clean hit for the Phenom.
Tapos linihis pa niya pakaliwa, Mela to the corner, and that drops in, and for the first time, Creamline is in the lead, 7-6. For the first time here in the second set, I mean. It's Black Mamba taking set number 1. Kanina pa nagsaserve. Ito si Mitch Gumabaw, and she continues to target Tubino dun sa corner. Morado, inangat yung bola kay Carlos. Dive by Nunag. Ball sent back. Gonzalez goes to the middle. Francisco. Gonzalez, reverse set. I believe that is off
There's
the
a
hands.
check,
Yes.
So far, yung nagiging missing link sa Black Mamba Army is their other outside hitter rather. Yung ka-diagonal ni Royce Tubino. Because so far in this previous sets, it's been kumbaga yung middle ng Army and si Gonzaga yung ina-activate ng setter. No points so far being generated from the outside hitter.
Carlos tries again. Nunag. Gonzalez. Back row in the middle. Tubino. Sasagot si Michelle. Mababa. So, technical timeout again. Black Mamba Army ahead by a solitary point. We will be back. We're back for more of the PVL here on One Sports and One Sports Plus. And by the way, for those who want to watch the replays of the matches, whether it's nighttime or the next day, you can go to the One Sports YouTube channel to check out kung gusto nyong mapanood muli or kung na-miss nyo yung mga laban. It's all on the YouTube channel of One Sports. In the meantime, 17-15 and attack points make that 18-15.
Clean hit by Tots Carlos. And we have to credit the coverage of the Creamline Cool Smashers. It was a long rally for them. And syempre yung set ni Gian na yun. Everyone would want to hit that. Pero not everyone can hit as clean as Tots Carlos.
Who is on the graduation list of UP. So she said she's very happy nung last match. Motivated siya dahil lumabas na yung pangalan niya sa mga gagraduate sa UP.
Sure na.
Sure na. So congratulations.
Officially becoming a pro player.
Yes.
Congratulations to Tots Carlos.
9-8 is our score.
We have Atienza also on your screens. Kanina pa siya, hindi natin siya nababanggit masyado, pero she's been all over the floor for Creamline. I mean, I've talked about how the blocking of Black Mamba Army have been working well so far for them, pero every time that the ball goes back to the floor of Creamline, Atienza is there.
Ayan na naman siya, diving for that one. And Valdez will get the point, but Atienza has to get some of the credit to start off that rally.
Right.
At saka yan ang buhay ng libero, Mela. Hindi laging napapansin, pero alam mong the dirty work really comes from them.
Especially kapag yung balikan talaga ng bola when you're going up against a good blocking team.
Yes.
You know, if you're a spiker na laging nache-check, you'd really credit yung libero for covering you.
Coach Kung Fu calls this timeout as they are down by 2. Coach Kung Fu parang telling the girls to relax again, ibalik yung kanilang parang body language from the first set.
Tatawa ako sa boses ni Coach Kung Fu, parang kailan lang. Ako yung lagi pinapagalitan.
Hindi mo
Parang
pinapagalitan.
may trauma na ako sa
Bakit
boses
naman
ni Coach Kung
pinapagalitan?
Fu.
Nung pumapasok mo sa panaginip mo, ganun ba? Legal play. Easy over. Gia for the 1-2. Pancake was too late.
Again, yung nagiging problema for the Black Mamba Army is yung kanilang outside hitter who's now in this rotation na nasa harap. I think si Paran is not yet as comfortable or confident in going for her attacks. I mean, the approach is still different from how we used to see her.
Kanina si Jem Gutierrez yan, ano?
Jitter siguro. Yeah. Is it her first time seeing action? Parang, no?
Yeah,
For
Paran,
her,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Running
Ooh.
attack.
No jitters on that one. Tin Francisco for the running hit.
Tin Francisco said she is so thankful to Coach Kung Fu that she took her in or he took her in after the ACL injury. Hindi niya alam kung maglalaro nga siya sa UST dahil parang feeling niya ang dami ng magagaling na middle blocker na mas
Yeah.
bata para sa UST. So she will forgo her last year. And sabi niya she is so thankful to Coach Kung Fu na kumbaga sinalo siya. You know?
Kasi not all the teams out there will give trust to a person who's nursing an injury, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero for those people who do, ito nagpe-pay off by the players giving them quality service by playing well for their team.
Siyempre, tagal na rin ang pinagsamahan yan. Magkakilala na rin ng gusto. As another, is that a service error? Yes, it is a
Yeah.
service error. So Panaga will give a point to Black Mamba Army. Which means the aforementioned Tin Francisco will serve and get this rally started. Looking at the excellent digs for both teams. Gia goes to the middle. It's a nice attack by Sato.
They've really slowly built that connection na between the middles and Gia. Talagang iba yung performance ng mga middles sila. At least so far in this conference, it's really them and the Petrogas.
Yeah.
Talagang nagingay mga middle blockers rather.
Tubino, unable to finish that play, but they will get another chance here on a free ball. Bumalik kay Royce. Royce, binitin ng konti. Oh, nice reaction by Gumabaw. Chance again for Black Mamba, who gets rejected at the net, and you're seeing Audrey Paran give up a point there. Blocked by Sato.
I think that's Anis Guerra.
Sorry, Ana Esguerra.
You could see the good anticipation from Sato, no? Kasi for some blockers, talagang tatao na sila dun sa mga outside hitters, diba? Not minding yung ibang, kumbaga, not the usual attackers to guard. Pero kanina, nakita natin sa sequence na yun, napakasipag, talagang guarding the first tempo against the Black Mamba Army.
The lead is 4. Make that 5 as Eliza Valdez saw a spot behind the blockers and no coverage there. Laki ng butas.
Good eye by Eliza. Nothing new though. She used to do that all the time.
Janay de los Reyes, by the way, just came in for Coach Kung Fu as they are now down by 5. The big story of the first set were the 11 unforced errors by Creamline Cool Smashers. They're checking that here, and that's not over. So the biggest lead of the second set belongs to Creamline at 6.
Veteran outside hitter of the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers, Joan Bunag, who's currently ranked 18 on her best scorers in the PVL, anchoring 8 points on their last game, shared to me the Army Lady Troopers game development in the court. As seen in their game against Petrogas, they struggled in the first set and managed to heat it up and take home the second after they had warmed up in the court. Given this performance, Coach Kung Fu asked their team, and I quote, "Bakit lagi na lang kayo naghahabol? Bakit ngayon hindi kayo yung mauna?" And that is what changed their entire team's mindset to not let the other team slide, even in the first set, as seen in their most recent victory against the Bali Pure Water Defenders, winning sets 1, 3, and 4. At first, they were uncertain of how they would play the conference, but the minute they gained confidence, their team's decade-long communication and years of playing translated inside the court. As a veteran, Joyce won with Gingbal sa Pabay to lead and uplifting the younger players' morale. And as for this game, blocking is their #1 priority given the acknowledged brooding attacks of Creamline. Now let's go back to the PBL momentum with the Cool Smashers and the Army Lady Troopers here in the Open Conference.
Aitensai right there, who is our lone on-cam talent, representing us from One Sports there, and Bacra, Ilocos Norte. Good timeout. Oh, sorry. Well, it was a timeout, a technical timeout, but it served Black Mamba Army well as they get 2 straight points here. Jane Gonzalez.
Full front line again for the Black Mamba Army.
Valdez. Good dig there. And it was Gutierrez who's responsible for that one, but the point will go to Creamline. The full front line that Mela's talking about, of course, is Gonzaga, De Los Reyes, and si Tubino ba yung isa? I believe so. The lead is back to 5, 17-12.
Good serve.
Gonzaga. Atienza. Carlos. That is out. Sheer power from Tots Carlos.
Too much power talaga, makikita mo ang layo nung inaabot ng bola. Even when she gets checked, it's always too much. And nakita rin natin yung block na yon medyo nakasalo. So yung trajectory talaga ng bola is pataas na palayo.
Timeout, Coach Kung Fu. Black Mamba Army winning the first set. And then right now behind by 6 here in the second set. Creamline doing a better job cleaning up their errors. At pumapatong naman para sa Black Mamba Army.
We are yet to see the same explosiveness though from Tubino in this game as compared to her last game.
19 puntos ang ginawa. Valdez gets the point there, her 10th point of the match. Elisa Valdez saying that, you know, she was kind of prepared for the bubble by her stints in Taiwan and Thailand dahil she was away from family, away from loved ones. So in a way, to be in a bubble where they were in Clark, no, nung nagtitraining
Sanay
sila,
na.
parang to be away from family, may konting experience siya. Hindi naman masasabing super sanay, pero you know, there is a little bit of, kumbaga sa Tagalog sabihin, panghuhugutan na experience.
I think it's not just her stint, yung international stint niya, but I think she started very young na
Away
maging
from
away from her
Batangas.
family, di ba? So imagine the character she has built over the years, you know, becoming an independent person, an athlete.
And maraming kwentong ganyan, ano, Mela, you would know that as we are now at 19-14. It is De Los Reyes credited for that point. There are a lot of players who have left their homes, they left their provinces to go to school in Manila and to get volleyball scholarships. And some of them have become great stars. And a lot of superstars are here in the first and only professional volleyball league in the Philippines. Creamline is ahead 20-14. Sato with the serve. This one goes through the block. Jem Gutierrez, no, sorry, check that.
It was a solid block actually
Block
by
na, block pala.
Jeanette Panagas. You can see her hands.
Bumalik ang bola. Sorry, check that. I thought it went through the net. Miscommunication between Gonzalez and Gonzaga. Ano nakita mo doon, Mela?
Joey Gonzaga is actually going for that back quick attack. Kasi kanina it was super effective for them. Nalilito yung mga blockers ng Creamline whenever they do that combination play. But I guess there was a miscommunication nga on that sequence.
7 errors for Black Mamba Army. Now, if you just joined us and you're looking, mas marami pa ring errors ang Creamline. They have, ang Black Mamba Army only had 1 in the first set, no? Nela, tama?
That's right. And 11 for the Creamline Cold Smashers. Pero lamang ng attack points itong Creamline. 16 kontra 11 ng Black Mamba Army. So they could have easily won that first set if not for their enforced errors. Kasi imagine, 25 lang isang set, boom, and they almost gave away half the set for free, diba, sa Black Mamba Army. But not the same case here in the second set as we see Panaga scoring for the Creamline Cold Smashers.
So that's 7 errors for Black Mamba Army here in the second set alone, and that's 7 free points given to the Creamline Cool Smashers. And speaking of, that contributes to this 8-point lead. Make that 9 as Creamline has gotten it together and looking at a 9 set points rather.
Gising na ang Creamline. And you know, their serves becoming a problem for Black Mamba Army. Kanina it was Eliza registering some aces for the Coal Smashers, and now Michelle Gumabaw serving some heavy serves.
That's out. So that means we are tied here, 1 set all for both Creamline and Black Mamba Army. This is match number 13 for your Premier Volleyball League Season 4 Open Conference. You look at the set scores, 25-20 para sa Black Mamba Army. And then back with a vengeance itong Creamline Cool Smashers, 25-15 in the second set. We're tied 1-1. Boom Gonzalez together with Carmela Tunay for One Sports and One Sports Plus. Jeanette Panaga. Kyla Chienza has done so well. And of course, Eliza Valdez leading the attack. Okay. Your Coach Kung Fu, what are you telling the girls, Carmela? Since alam na alam mo ang boses ni Coach Kung Fu.
Alam ko lang yung boses pero yung sinasabi, hindi ko na alam. Pero for
anong
sure...
Sige, manghula tayo. Sa tingin mo, anong sinasabi niya?
Well, for sure, based on their performance in the second set, talaga naghanap siya ng steady anchor ng kanilang team because like I mentioned, it's not the same explosiveness that we've seen from some of their players like ito nga si Royce Tobino. Although we've seen her generate some points pero not the same kind of performance that she did in the last game. As we take a look here, sa attacks, lamang pa rin ng Creamline 10-8. Sa blocks din, gumana na rin ang net defense ng Creamline 4 kontra sa isa lang ng Black Mamba Army. Services also working for the Creamline Cold Smashers, and yung unforced errors, finally na-minimize na ng Creamline pero nalipat naman sa Black Mamba Army at 8-4. As we take a look at the score sheet for both these teams. Valdez scoring 10 for the Cool Smashers and Carlos at 7. And on the other side naman, Gonzaga with 10 and Tubino with 6 points for the Black Mamba Army.
So 11 errors for Creamline in set number 1, 8 errors for Black Mamba Army in set number 2. Fem Emnas will get us going for set number 3. This is match number 13. The defending champions, Creamline Cool Smashers, undefeated since 2 years ago, the last time that we saw them, winning against the Petrogas Angels in a sweep. 20 games then, 2 games here in this conference.
Good serve. Coach Kung Fu trying to mix it up a little bit. Injecting Fen Emnas into the game, trying to set the pace of the game differently from that of the second set.
Check ball. Tots Carlos from behind. 26-19. One all in the third set, 1 all in terms of sets. Tubino. Morado. Return to sender.
Good effort there by Atienza. Pero that block was just too much for that gumabaw attack. Well penetrated there on the net.
2-1 in favor of Black Mamba Army. Michelle on the other side.
Nakikita natin yung depensa ng Black Mamba Army. Talagang most of the time naka-atras silang lahat, no? That's why yung mga last second decision ng mga spikers ng Creamline to go for a short ball has been working well for them in this game.
Oh, naka-drop defense yung the rest yung formation ng Black Mamba Army. All
Good
expecting,
defense.
yeah. All expecting those hard kills. Palse Pabayo is in the ball game here in the second
Coverage
set.
also by Agno.
Back set. And
By
another
Luna,
block.
brother.
Sabi yung konting court time, konting playing time ni Ging
Ging
Balse Pabayo, pero laging productive, ano?
Definitely. And yung leadership niya talaga, nag-re-reflect sa buong team. You see this reaction. Grabe, goosebumps, boom.
I think she's 16 years old playing
That's
for
right.
UST.
Parang rookie, And I think that's also one of the reasons why she's injected in this game. Kasi kailangan nag-iba yung yung body language ng Army kanina in the second set. And wala tayong nakita na talagang nag-lead sa kanila in terms of scoring, in terms of, rallying the team.
3-all. Make that 4-3 as Tin Francisco able to score from the middle.
Now we're able to see an exchange between Creamline Cold Smashers and the Army Lady Troopers. Talagang palitan na ng scores, hindi na palitan ng errors. Because earlier in this game, yung nangyayari was palitan ng errors.
A bump set to the other side. Gumabaw is off. It's wide. No, sorry, it's long rather. That's a 2-point lead. Michelle can't believe it. Hirap nung set na yun from Gia. From the other side, bumping it.
Well, the goal of opposite setting talaga. Kung nasan kang part, if you're a setter, kung nasan kang part ng court, dun mo sa kabila dadalahin. Para yung middle blocker ng kabilang team ay mahirapan sa paghabol, di ba?
Angulo, usually nakikita mo yung katawan ng middle blocker, pahabol na, no?
Kaya the jobs of the middle blockers talagang sobrang hirap.
Sobra.
Kasi if you have setters na talagang into opposite setting, na kung saan yung mas malayo doon nila dadalahin, nakakapagod yun for the middle blockers.
Oh, what a dive there, but Great reaction by Tin Francisco. Was that Atienza again?
Yeah.
Grabe, no? Nice save. But the point will go to the Lady Troopers. 6-4. King Balse Pabay, who played in the inaugural V-League in 2004, Mela.
Nanonood pa ako nun. Nag-jeep pa ako nun at nanonood. Pero grabe, yun nga, we can see still the dedication for not just the team that she plays in, but the sport. Because I know all the time when she gets interviewed, she always say that she wants to grow the game, diba? As much as she can contribute to inspire yung mga aspiring volleyball players, she would really play until she can.
7-4 is the score. She digs up that one. Tubino found an opening at the back. 8-4 para sa Black Mamba Army. Elisa Valdez and the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers behind by 4. It will be 8 serving 4. And this girl has been the mood changer para sa Lady Troopers. Okay.
The emotions are getting high in this game.
Each
Yung mga
point,
players, intense na intense yung mga pala, pero intense na yung mga reactions.
each point is important, Mela, lalo na pag naghahabol ka. And
Yeah.
that's what they're doing, Creamline. 5 serving 8. Pabayo. Tubino. Atienza. Gia will choose Thoughts in the middle. And guess what? Another campfire on the side of Black Mamba Army.
Again, that last second decision to switch into a drop shot,
Parang,
it's been working well for Creamline.
parang slow-mo lang nung nakita
Okay.
natin kanina, no? Parang replay.
And yung backswing kasi ni Kaloy, talagang akala mo papaluin niya.
Bentang-benta.
That's right.
She sells it really well.
Ooh.
Speaking of swings, Janet Panaga with a hard one there. So that 4-point lead is down to 1. Seven serving 8. The runner para kay Francisco. Nunag to Tubino. Francisco unable to finish the play. Elisa Valdez medyo kapos.
Medyo susubukan niya rin yung ginawa ni Tots Carlos kanina, last second shift to a drop shot, but then medyo kapos malayong katawan niya sa net eh. And then parang nauna niya i-try i-drop tapos pababa na yung katawan niya, so hindi umabot.
Open. She does it again, and for the second straight time, she's called for the double.
We rarely see Elisa Valdez commit back-to-back errors, and for sure she'll make up for this. And we have to credit also si Atienza playing steady for Creamline's floor defense.
10 serving 7. Panaga sa gitna. Coach Kung Fu's reaction there. The unforced errors update para dito sa Creamline and Black Mamba Army.
I guess for this game to be as successful as Creamline's match against Petrogas, we have to see the same engagement from the other spikers that helped Alyssa in that last game. Kasi so far in this game, we've been mentioning Alyssa and Tots Carlos, diba? Pero so far, not the same performances from both the middles and Michelle Gumabao.
So the lead is back to 3 because of that. 11-8. Sato. Alyssa with a one-hand dig. And they save that broken play, Mela, with a Tots Carlos attack.
And you can see the confidence that Tots Carlos has had dito sa kanya mga pipe attacks. Diba? Hindi siya naiilang to power it through.
Talaga, oh, parang
It's yung
komportable.
approach niya sa frontline, it's the same approach that she does in the backline. And it doesn't work for everybody kasi sometimes when you're far from the net, parang naiilang ka
right.
na kumbaga ibaon yung palo.
And because it's not as easy as it looks on TV, attacking.
And of course, her vertical leap always an
Yes.
advantage. Tapos mataas pa yung kamay niya, especially with her full approach.
It's a good swipe by De Los Reyes there, getting them a 3-point lead. To Bino, 8 points on 5 attacks so far, coming off a 19-point output. Palse Pabayo again, able to dig that one, pero kinapos. Yeah,
That was a tough angle though for Jovelyn Gonzaga, especially the set coming
set.
from her side of the court as well.
galing sa likod, galing sa side niya.
Blind spot, kumbaga.
They had to twist. So 10 serving 12. Naghahabol pa rin ng Creamline dito sa set number 3. De Los Reyes, unable to finish. Gumabaw tips it over. Lunag. Palse Pabayo. Back to the side of Black Mamba Army. Gonzaga and Morado was there. Gumabaw through the block, tips it back. De Los Reyes does. Gumabaw na naman off Balse Pabayo's fingertips, and that's a point after a long rally for Creamline.
Long rally here for both teams, pero pag ganyan ang kahaba ang rally at nahihirapan ka na makalusot, do the smart thing the same way Gumabaw did by using the hands of the blocker, whether you swipe it out or patamain mo, paluin mo pataas. Effective technique there for Gumabaw.
Oh, over-received, and Tots Carlos apologizes there as she ties the ball game 12-all.
Tots Carlos alert on the net for that over ball.
Lakas, ano?
We have to credit also yung serve ni Alyssa, you know.
Siyempre.
So far, the Creamline Cool Smashers have been banking on their serves, loading them up. And hindi nga nakaka-receive ng maayos itong Army.
That's out.
And of course, sa mga misreceptions na yun, or whether hindi siya maging ace, for as long as hindi mahatid ng maayos yung
Yes.
bola, yung mga sets din ng nito nila MNAS affected din eh. That's why nagiging long yung mga atake ng spikers ng Black Mamba.
At kaya napatawag ng timeout si Coach Kung Fu. Yung kanilang 4-point lead is gone as Creamline now ahead by 1. That's the Kung Fu, the Coach Kung Fu that we know. Pagka hinahabol na, umiba na yung tono ni Coach Kung Fu.
And lagi niyang sinasabi, syempre galing sila sa military eh. Kailangan daw kapag may kumbaga war, pag may battle, dapat lagi kang ready kasi daw hindi daw pwedeng pupunta ka sa laban na walang bala ang baril mo.
At
Kaya
hindi handa.
ayan, so far nakikita na natin yung mga bala niya. He's been mixing up the players in the lineup so far on the floor for Black Mamba Army. So titignan natin kung sino ba yung mga bala nito ni Coach Kung Fu nagagana for their team. So far, yung Balse Pabayo, isa sa mga malalakas na bala, syempre as always, for Coach Kung Fu.
It's a great timeout by Coach Kung Fu. Not only was he able to give his speech, na-ice niya ng konti yung pagsaserve ni Alyssa Valdez. She serves it out. And now 2 straight errors, so that's 22 errors for Creamline all throughout the match, which means the lead swings back to the Black Mamba Army after the Coach Kung Fu timeout. 2 straight points. Gia.
Again, decent pass from Atienza.
Tubino got the hand on it. King sends it to the other side. Kyla with the dolphin dive. Carlos na naman!
You know, this long, powerful hits from Carlos have been working well for her so far. Kasi kung makikita natin yung ibang spikers, gusto nila baon yung mga palo nila, di ba? Pero for some people, talagang mas mahirap i-guard yung mas mahabang palo. And for Tots Carlos, yan ang kanyang nagiging signature spike so far for Creamline.
Ging sends it over. Gia, balik kay Tots. She continues to feed the hot hand. Talking about Gia to Kaloy.
And you can see the variations also from her attacks, di ba? Hindi lang cross-court, hindi lang down the line, ang dami niya rin drop shots.
That's a great point, Mela, kasi nung nakausap ko si Eliza and I asked her about the new additions, Panaga and Kaloy, sabi niya, boom, yung improvement ni Kaloy in terms of variation ng atake, sabi niya, matindi daw. Maganda raw ang nagawa ni Coach Tai and the whole coaching staff for Tots Carlos. So, just to underscore what you were saying. Broken play again and a chance ball again. Emnas bumps it. Gonzaga takes care of it. 15 all.
Imagine habang nagkakagulo yung Creamline, Gonzaga already ready to take on that approach for that play. And a good eye also by Fen Emnas. Dahil nakita niya na si Jovelyn Gonzaga ready for that attack.
10 points, 10 attacks for the Bionic Ilongga. 15 all is our score. Nice reaction by Agno. Chance ball para sa Creamline. Atienza will set it to Tots. Tots goes out. And it will be Black Mamba Army in the lead.
Naintindihan niyo po? Yes, Coach! Magpepesto kayo dito. Agaw kayo ng agaw ng pesto, hindi niyo naman nakukuha yung bola. Kanya-kanya tayong pesto kasi paalala ulit, yung mga dumidepensa sa zone 6, huwag kayo na yung makipag-agawan dyan. Na dito na kayo at wala kayong agaw sa tatlo.
You're back here for the Premier Volleyball League Season 4 Open Conference. It's the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers going up against defending champs Creamline Cool Smashers, and we have Jovelyn Gonzaga for the serve and an error committed, tying the game with 16 points each for Creamline and Black Mamba. And we are going to see yet another action here from Gemma Galanza, who's also nursing a minor injury on her knee. Pero as she said, she's okay. Binapahingan lang nila. That's why now she's utilizing her as a service specialist. Good effort there by Eliza. Good check also by the blockers of Creamline.
Coach Kung Fu and Ging Balse Pabayo having a moment there, 17-16. You're watching the PVL on One Sports and One Sports Plus. First and only professional volleyball league in the country. First game of our doubleheader on a Thursday. Cherry Tigo crossovers versus Bali Pure Water Defenders. Maya-maya po lamang. In the meantime, ang dikit na natin dito sa third set.
And Tots Carlos continuing to be the hot hands here for the Creamline Cold Smashers. And a tough angle there for her, but a clean hit for sure. Double block yung tumapat sa kanya doon, but still she managed to go over the blockers for that hit.
1 all, 17 all, make that 18-17, and Tin Francisco with a run and gun.
And this is one of the things that the Black Mamba Army should continue doing. It's really spreading the sets to the spikers kasi ayan, nakita natin, effective naman so far si Francisco for them, and we can't just rely on one person for Black Mamba Army, especially if Creamline really have tough middle blockers.
That's not over. Panaga's run and gun comes up short. 2-point lead. Set 3. Coach Sherwin, I believe, will call a timeout here. Nandun din si Tubino, no? Again, for those who didn't start the match, Tots Carlos started for Gemma Galanza. Gemma Galanza was being treated for her knee in that last match against the Petrogas Angels. They're both coming off a 4-set win, obviously against separate opponents. Both almost 2 hours in their game. Black Mamba Army had a 1 hour 57 match, and Creamline 1 hour 58. And both from behind, coming from behind to win in that 4th set. Etong Creamline and Black Mamba Army. Look at the numbers for the graduating. And Tots Carlos is also giving up her last year of eligibility in the UAAP to turn professional.
And you can also gauge yung professionalism ni Tots Carlos here kasi, you know, she knows her role in the team. I mean, for the longest time, si Gemma talaga yung nagsa-start for Creamline, and when she came in, she would know that she would be a support player. But by support, it doesn't mean na, alam mo yun, na bababa yung quality ng laro niya. It's just that here in the Pro League, talagang ready lahat. Trabaho ng lahat na maglaro ng quality for their teams. And that's exactly what we're seeing from Tots Carlos. And looking at her numbers, 16 points so far in this game for her.
Another loaded player off the bench who, unfortunately, this was a service error. Rose Vargas, isa pang napakalakas sumampas
For
ng
sure.
bola. I mean, these are players who have really just natural power, no? Kahit nung nasa UAP pa sila, talagang ang lalakas na nila naturally. 2018, Valdez. That's too low. Valdez has had a problem on that side in this set, huh?
I think it's also the sets na she gets kasi most of the time she gets yung mga offsets or yung mga malalayo or yung mga awkward na angle for her to hit.
Fememinas serves it to Atienza. Atienza was there for coverage, and smart by Jenai De Los Reyes. 4-point lead for Creamline. Sorry, for Black Mamba Army. Creamline calls a timeout. Creamline lost the first set, won the second, and won the second by 10 points, 25-15. And now behind here in the 4th. Gemma Galanza is back.
So far, the missing link for Creamline, I think, is Michelle Gumabao. Because we've seen some numbers from Sato and Panaga supporting Tots and Alyssa. Pero we are yet to see the MG that we saw in that first game against
24
Santa
points ba
Lucia.
yun?
For sure, di ba?
24 puntos as Alyssa Valdez on the opposite side goes long.
Well, she's had a couple of attempts earlier pero wasn't able to convert it into a point.
Two points away from the set. Sa gitna dinala. Oh, what a save by Black Mamba. From behind. Nice dive by Nunag. Chance ball here for Creamline. So they go to Eliza. Opening up. And Eliza makes sure this time. Ganda nung counter-attacks dun by both teams.
And nakita rin natin yung effort from Rose Vargas, defending and attacking even from the pipe. And I'm sure si Eliza also wanted to repay those efforts by talagang killing that point on her last attack.
Serving 23.
Good serve.
Oh!
Medyo nagkakagulo na yung side of Black Mamba Army. Merong natutumba, may
Nakakapuntos pa rin.
nagkakatapakan. Oo, that's why I think tawa-tawa sila because they managed to get that point despite, everyone just crumbling on the floor.
What a serve by Morado after that. Pero naibalik yung bola, nagawa ng paraan. And as we said earlier, you can you can be lucky when you're up against Creamline. You'll need it. Now a 5-point lead, 5 set points. Make that 4 as Sato gives them their 20th point, and Valdez for sure will come up with a loaded serve here.
Well, let's see what happens. Kasi with Eliza going for the serve, it's now Tots Carlos. The hot hands for Creamline, who's now on the front line.
De Los Reyes unable to put it away. They go to MG.
Ooh!
Umuusok pa yung bola.
Hinahanap natin kanina the NG that we saw in the first game, pero ito siya nagpapakilala ulit and just coming up whenever she's needed, especially in this game.
It's not done yet. They have saved 2 set points. 3 set points. Maybe expect a Kung Fu timeout here.
On point, boom.
Trying to make sure 3 set points taken by Creamline Cool Smashers. So Eliza Valdez with a perfect serve. Clubino was not able to get a step forward. So 3 straight points by Creamline. They're down by 2. Nagahabol. Can they extend this set number 3? Chance here to cut into that lead. They go to Kaloy, and Kaloy delivers the goods.
Putting in so much power on that attack. Nakita natin again, full approach as always and swiping it off the hands of the blockers.
4 set points saved.
When you're going up against Creamline, hindi talaga pwedeng kukurap ka not until the set is yours. Because it's never really yours until it's yours, di ba? May hugot pa,
Oo.
pero totoo.
Nagpalit ng tao si Coach Kung Fu. Pinasok si Nene Bautista.
Veterans on the floor right now for Army.
Another chance here for Creamline. Tots again. And guess what? We are going to an extension here in set number 3. 5 points down. And not just 5 points, 5 set points.
Well, ito yung sinasabi natin kanina pag punta ni Eliza sa service line, di ba? Na it's Tots Carlos entering the front line for Creamline, and she's been the player of the game so far for Creamline in terms of scoring.
Agree. 44 attack points na para sa Creamline. Balsi Pabayo is denied. Gonzalez is back in. Another chance here. Oh! Double contact para kay Sato.
It's a costly error there by Risa Sato, and also a tough thing to do when you're a middle blocker setting up, di ba? sa likod mo.
So another set point for Black Mamba Army. This is their 6th. 25-24. That 1 point is always the toughest, isn't it, Mela?
For sure.
Gia, back to the well. Referee Bobby Celso looking at the linesmen. What are they going to call? Both teams pleading. And Bobby will call Rene Gaspillo and the linesman from the other side. Anticlimactic pa, Mela. Pabibitinin pa tayo.
Oo nga eh.
Ano nakita mo? Ako check, Bulacan. Check, Bulacan.
Creamline's point. Conferring with the other officials here. So another set point save.
Well, there was a bit of interruption in that last sequence, pero let's not forget that super powerful attack courtesy of Tots Carlos. Kanina, mahahabang hits yung ginagawa niya, pero that one is just really almost even hitting the front line, the attack line rather.
Ayan na naman si Tots. Sarado ang pinto.
Good coverage by Panaga.
Jovi. Good dig there by Gia. MG is denied.
Alyssa becoming the setter.
Up, oh. Overset. Error.
Back-to-back sets from Alyssa. Diba? Siya na yung naging setter for Creamline. And that last one turning into an enforced error.
Mela, imaginein mo kung puno yung venue na yan.
Oo
At
nga eh.
nagkakasigawan na yung mga tao. This is the 7th set point for Black Mamba Army. Open. Sorry, back set. Cross court is long. And Black Mamba Army takes set number 3 in an extension. 27-25. (25-20), 15-25, and then 27-25. Black Mamba Army showing some toughness towards the end. Coach Kung Fu nagpapalit ng tao, humuhugot ng mga veterano, and in the end, the errors creeping up sa Creamline Cool Smashers.
That's right. Kanina, dun sila nagsimula ng first set, pero ngayon dun naman din nila tinapos itong extended third set natin. It's also interesting kasi both these teams never had a straight set win, diba, against their opponents. And now we're entering the fourth set not knowing sino ba talaga yung mananalo because we've seen sparks from Creamline, you know, taking the lead also. And as we can see here, talagang lamang sila sa atake with 20 attacks as compared to 8 only of Black Mamba Army. Although in blocks, kanina pa natin hina-highlight yung blocks
Correct.
ng Army, diba? They tallied 3 against none ng Creamline. And that's very ironic because 2 of the blockers of Creamline right now are previous awardees of the PVL conferences in the past. And unforced errors again being the
Grabe.
main problem for the Cool Smashers. 16 kumpara sa 4 ng Black Mamba Army.
So, 11 in the first set, 16 in the third set para sa Creamline. These are the kaya ko lang sinasabi, yun yung pinakamalaking stat. Kaya talo sila sa first set and
Yeah,
talo
that's
sila
right.
sa third.
Kasi nakita natin yung disparity sa attacks eh. 20 kumpara sa 8 ba? If I'm not mistaken, that's only 8 for the Black Mamba Army. Pero kumbaga, Nakaka-cancel out siya ng mga errors
Errors.
eh, di ba?
In total nga, yung last na finlash natin na stat was 44-27 in terms of attacks.
That's right.
So, halos doble.
So imagine 20 points na. Parang 5 points away ka na lang from getting the set. Pero nauna yung mga errors mo as compared to the points that you needed para masara yung set na yon. So
Pero-
let's see if they bounce back though here in the fourth set.
Pero credit to Black Mamba Army.
Yeah.
Dahil hindi lang dahil Creamline committing errors, Black Army,
For sure.
yung kanilang toughness and grit being pesky. At kita mo, ang dami nilang binubuhay na bola.
And I think the decision of Coach Kung Fu to put in his veterans rather also sa latter part of that set provided calmness as well to the whole Black Mamba Army team. As we take a look at the stats, Gonzaga still with 11 points, Tobino with 9. Carlos, on the other hand, 20 big points so far, and the game's not yet over, while Valdez have 12 so far in this game.
Two will be serving one. Gonzaga.
Coach Kung Fu maximizing the minutes of the legend Ging Balse Pabayo. Iba-iba rin kasi yung leadership talaga. Sometimes even when you don't produce the most number of points, but you know, you inspire the rest of the team to create big points for your team.
And nakikita mo yung pinaka-veterano, doesn't panic. Wasn't panicking at the end of those sets. You don't see them rattled. Another long rally here to start the fourth set. King Balse Pabayo giving her all in that attack. Bumalik ang bola, and it will be a Gemma Galanza point.
Nice to see Gemma, you know, not parang minding if there's pain, or maybe there's minimal pain na lang ngayon as
Right.
compared to when she last played.
Again, she didn't start the match. For those of you who just tuned in or tuned in late, si Tots Carlos ang nag-start para sa Creamline. May inaalalayang little bit of pain sa kanyang right knee.
And even when Kaloy scored 20 big points, it's also good to see na may different mix for the team, especially when you know, they lost that third set. Maybe Coach Sherwin wanted to see if this mix would work here in this fourth.
Jenai overshoots the serve there. 3-all, set number 4. First game pa lamang po ito, mamaya po. Cherry Tigo crossovers, Bali Pure Water Defenders. My partner, Mela Tunay, will be working hard and working that game too with our good friend Anthony Santay. We'll be doing game number 2 with Mela. Cross court. Jovi.
Good
save.
effort.
Yes, good save by Eliza for a chance ball. Anong gagawin dito? Fem chooses correctly, and Tin Francisco finds the spot.
At buti na abot niya pa yun. I think for Tin, that was a bit too high.
Nalunod, halos
Oo.
nalunod na, no?
And at least, yung hang time nandun pa rin. And she managed to get that point of a tip.
Gia. Cut shot by Panaga is out. Sumobra, too wide. Bangs gives them a free point, so that means it's a 2-point lead.
That was a good idea though, kasi kapag ka nagsiserve, kunyari yung opposite nagsiserve, tapos quick attack agad yung ibibigay ng Creamline. Magandang angle i-take is yung side ni Ate Job na galing sa serve. Because sometimes, you know, some servers have the tendency na maglalakad pabalik,
Relax
diba?
lang, relax.
Nagre-relax lang. Unfortunately, it was too much angle for Panaga.
Lakas ng palo ni Ging Balse that bounces the ball out. So that's a 3-point lead for Black Mamba Army. The Lady Troopers here looking good in this match. MG sends it over. Sa gitna na naman, binigay. It's back to the Lady Troopers. They open up to Ging. Chance ball here for Creamline on the counter attack.
Good defense there by Jovelyn Gonzaga.
Longest rally. Eliza unable to finish the play. Emnas will go to the back to Bino. Rally continues. MG no lang sumabay. Gonzaga, soft hit. The longest rally of the match for sure, and it is Galanza, the most rested of them all, who finishes the play.
Ganun yung itsura ng mga atake na nakapahinga pala. Talagang full of power and energy. So take a look at that. Of course, Gemma Galanza using the hands of the smaller blocker, Emnas.
Dating magkasama sa Adamson University. 4 serving 6. Misreceived. Hinabol. Ninunag. Chance ball para sa Creamline. Run and gun! And Panaga this time does not make the mistake.
Running short works well for Jeanette Panaga. Connecting well with Gia Morado here in this attack. Nakita mo late si Tin Francisco on that replay.
So upo muna si Tots Carlos. It's Gemma Galanza who's been playing well here in set number 4 and serving well too.
Of course, Gemma, the all-around player that we know she is. Former MVP here in the PVL. She can attack. She digs and receives well. She definitely can serve well as we take a look at that replay.
Another great serve, which leads to that setting error by Tin Francisco. Lumamang na po ang Creamline dito, 7-6. Kitang-kita. Double contact. Oh, what a serve.
Back-to-back aces for Gemma Galanza.
Technical timeout, lamang ng dalawa ang Creamline. Gemma Galanza replacing Tots Carlos in the lineup, and as Creamline went down in an extended third set, so susugal ni Coach Sherwin na gusto niya sanang ipahinga muna si Gemma with that right knee injury.
And 4 points already for her with only a couple of minutes on the floor.
A very passionate argument there for King Balse Pabayo with
Tinatry
Bobby
niya lang,
Celso.
tinatry niya lang sindakin yung referee,
Kung
pero
makakalusot di ba? Why
smile
not?
lang ulit after.
Oh, sinundan pa ni Coach Kung Fu. Coach Kung Fu backing up his veteran player. Mukhang magta-timeout ito si Coach Kung Fu dahil umakyat na ng 4. Kanina pa nagsaserve si Gemma Galanza. Coach Kung Fu is still fuming from that last call. I love these timeouts sometimes, Mela, na pinapabayaan na lang ng coach yung mga player. Hey, figure it out on your own.
Well, especially for a team like Army na
Veterano na.
talagang Kumbaga, pugad na ng mga veterano itong mga
Right.
Gemma
Gemma.
Galanza still on the service line.
And looking at the defense, trying to see where she's going to bring that ball. Brings it to Ging. Ging gets the ball back after the reception and gets the point.
Powers it through to the double block of Creamline and a passionate reaction after. And that's actually how you want to respond sa mga bad calls, whether it is a bad call or not, di ba? If there's a call that you're contesting, hindi mo na kasi, kumbaga, hindi mo na trabaho yun eh. Your job is to just get a point back right after the call.
Oh, nabitin. Gemma from behind. Knee looks fine so far. She's been responsible for this rally here. Although naputol kanina, pero nabawi uli nila kagad yung puntos, so it's 11-7.
Gemma Galanza working from all cylinders, attacks, digs, diba? Even from the pipe, her serves. And kanina nga napag-usapan natin, thoughts Carlos, 20 points, bakit nilabas? Sometimes a team just needs parang a new mix, especially kapag galing sila sa natalong set. So it's also a battle between the coaches kasi kanina nagbabalasa si Coach Kung Fu, di ba? Ngayon, kahit top scorer, Coach Sherwin had to take Aloy out because he also knows kung ano yung kayang ibigay ni Gemma sa
Plus,
Creamline.
yun yung pinaka-starting na kombinasyon niya. No? So, kumbaga, playing together, that starting six has chemistry for sure. Another connection there in the middle between Morado and Sato.
Definitely a better set from Creamline kasi we're seeing that the points are coming from different people already. And it's not just an ordinary point. Nakita natin Sato really all over that attack.
So earlier, his timeout was for the players to talk to each other and figure it out. This time, Mela, is for meditation. Get a hold of themselves, take a breath, recenter. Something that Creamline and Coach Tai Bundit has done since he came over to the Philippines to coach Ateneo.
Well, this good start kasi of Creamline here in this set is starting to rattle out the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers and sometimes hindi na kailangan dagdagan yun ng coach kasi mas lalong mararattle yung mga players. So, you know, a good deep breath for the team might make a difference when they come back here.
Wow, what an effort by Creamline here. Chance ball. Somebody touched the net. And Sato was the one called for that. 5-point lead, still early in the set.
Good timeout though by Coach Kung Fu. Right away registering a point after that timeout. We see also Joanne Bunag on the floor for Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers, who's also had a couple of good games in their previous games.
You're right, you're right. Again, they are 1-1 sa ating team standings. They lost to Petrogas Angels in that marathon match, including the 4-hour break.
Ooh.
And then they won against Bali Pure as Liza Valdez doesn't want to be another victim of the Black Mamba Army. They want to win this one.
Good combination play. Nakita mo, isa lang yung tumalon kay Eliza na blocker. And it's even the smaller blocker in Fen Emnas. I mean, if you're Eliza, you'd have to double or even triple, lalo na kung combination play.
Saved by Atienza. A reaction there by Emnas. Tubino gets that point.
Again, Kyla Atienza though with so much effort in this game. Hindi basta-basta lumalapag yung mga atake ng Army Lady Troopers. Pero this time around, Royce Tubino being able to get that point from Risa Sato.
Sa gitna. Alyssa Valdez. Tubino. Good reaction by Atienza with the left hand. Chance ball here for Army, and they get it. Courtesy, was that Jenna? Jenna,
Gemma,
no?
Gem.
De Los Reyes, yes. Able to get it in the middle, swiping it to the left. Linis yung bola.
Within this game, she has become a factor for the Black Mamba Army, no?
Isa ring hugot sa bench yan ni Coach Kung Fu. MG, a bullet. Agno was there. Back set. Sumagot si Jovi Gonzaga. 3 straight points by Black Mamba Army to cut the lead down to 3. So it's Coach Sherwin this time who will call a timeout. Timeout by Coach Sherwin as 3 straight points were scored by Coach Kung Fu's team.
You can also see the numbers of Alyssa Valdez here. 13 points, 11 attacks, and 2 aces.
It's good serve. Good approach.
Grabe yung broad jump ni Alyssa. She was way beyond that attack line. Sobrang naka-atras siya. And mas malaki yung naging space niya for her approach. And so far in this game, super successful ng mga opposite hits niya.
That's a beautiful slow-mo. Ganda no angulo. Kitang-kita mo yung lipad. That's a great answer by Jovi Gonzaga. Equally beautiful on the approach.
Black Mamba Army making their own version of a combination play.
Nalito si Sato. She had to come back, and by the time she came back, hindi na siya makatalon.
That's right. And makita natin Jovelyn Gonzaga on top of those 2 blockers.
Combination play again. Agno was there. Bunag! Mga hugot ni Coach Kung Fu.
And makikita natin dito sa Black Mamba Army, ayan yung mga youngsters na nasa labas. Iba pa rin talaga kapag, these veterans play alongside each other. You know, it's not really the age, eh. It's yung experience nila sa mga ganitong klase ng mga laro na dikit at dikdikan, kumbaga.
Oh, Agno couldn't. Gemma Galanza gets them to the second technical timeout. We will be back.
Dikit na natin yan. Let's go.
Michelle Gumabao and the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers, who are 2-0 here in the tournament, are playing from behind in terms of sets, but playing ahead here in set number 4. That's in. Tupino this time.
So far, we've been seeing yung mga mahabang palo from both teams are the ones that
Alright,
are
tama.
very effective in terms of generating points.
Si Tots kanina, di ba?
Yeah, even
Si
Gemma.
Gemma, yes. Jenai serving. Misreceived. So a chance ball here for Army.
Ooh. What an angle there by Jovelyn Gonzaga, targeting that first line, and Michelle Gumabao just not ready for the defense on that attack.
Ella De Jesus on your screen. She played earlier. Always ready to come off that bench. From a 6-point lead, Mela. Isa na lang ito. Over-received. Pero nahanap pa rin ang paraan. It's with Creamline now. Michelle down the line.
Finally, a good clean point there for Michelle Gumabao. And a
Kyle
double
Negrito,
substitution here for Creamline Cool Smashers, and we are seeing Tots Carlos back here for Creamline.
And Negrito will obviously serve and set full front line, which will feature Panaga, Galanza, and Carlos.
Hugot. Honestly, personally lang naman I think this is a much, I mean, at least for this set or for this game, parang much little mix for Creamline. Kasi,
Yung alin?
Eto, na si Tots ay opposite. Kasi, you're yet to see the usual numbers from Michelle Gumabao. Tapos si Kaloy, 20 points na kanina bago siya lumabas. Gemma Galanza also now almost at double digits, diba? So, let's see kung paano naman yung magiging performance ni Tots Carlos now that she's the opposite hitter for Creamline.
Sarap din ang sitwasyon ni Coach Sherwin eh.
The good kind of problem.
Oh, you have all of these weapons to choose from and to put in different positions. Uy, matagal-tagal natin di nakita si Jem Gutierrez. Jane Gonzalez, back serving.
Double sub also for Black Mamba Army.
Ganda rin ng chess match between Coach Kung Fu and Coach Sherwin. Carlos! So much power. So much heat behind that ball.
You know, she's been checked with most of her attacks, pero yung power talaga hindi kinakaya ng mga blockers ng Black Mamba Army.
So they maintain their lead, and more bad news. Gemma Galanza is back serving. She served so well at the start of this fourth set. Ayun na naman, like I just said. Ganda nung serve eh. As Carlos apologizes to the other side. Yung sa regalo. Cargado yung serve. And a facial to Tin Francisco.
That was a Carlos point, pero still coming off from the heavy serve of Gemma Galanza, who's been super consistent in this game so far. Ayan, nakita natin 7 points. 3 points na lang, double digits na rin si Gemma coming off from the bench. And again, that block from Tots Carlos. Grabe, we've seen a couple of solid blocks from her, and makikita mo talaga yung kamay nakapenetrate na on the other side of the court. As we take a look at this replay, payong na payong si Joanne Bunag, courtesy of Tots Carlos.
And just like in that game against Petrogas, nung hinugot siya ni Coach Sherwin, she was doing well both on offense and defense. Another chance here for Creamline to extend to a 6-point lead. Guess what, Mela? We have not had a 5-set here in professional, professional ranks. I'm just warning you.
Buena mano.
I know you're working the second game still. So, nandito ka na rin lang.
This is how much we missed volleyball.
Yeah.
Diba? We're willing to cover back-to-back games. Kahit dalawang 5 sets pa yan, it's fine.
Oh, ikaw na nagsabi niya. You have to talk to Anthony Suntay about the second game. I can only speak for the first game, which is right now at 22-16. Rainbow ball given to Black Army. Francisco on the run.
Black Mamba Army lumalaban pa.
Kanina nga, di ba, hinabol ng 24-19 yung hinabol ng Creamline. When Black Army was had set points. So, Bunag. Atienza, hatid kay Negrito. Back set to Carlos. Return to sender.
Na kanina pa nakaka-block si Carlos. This time around, it's Tubino guarding her well on that opposite attack. But I just had to credit talaga yung perfect passes nitong ni Atienza for Creamline. Apparently in that last sequence, hindi na convert into a point. But nevertheless, so far in this game, she's super steady.
Valdez puts an end to that rally. 23-18.
And of course, when we talk about steady, Eliza Valdez always comes to mind. And we've seen some points piling up from Tots Carlos, Gemma Galanza, pero mas deadly pagkasama pa si Eliza, di ba, dito sa Creamline Cold Smashers.
Panaga doing the honors. Somebody touched the net? No, it's an antenna hit from Tubino, so that's an automatic point. 6 set points for Creamline to push us into the first 5th set game, or 5th setter of the professional ranks of your Premier Volleyball League. And it's in the hands of Panaga.
Good serve.
Nice find by Tubino.
No one was there because Negrito was expecting a chance ball. And syempre pag chance ball na yung setter, pumupunta na sa harap eh. Pero Tubino with a good eye there, hitting it down the line.
They save 1 set point at maniniguro. Mela, ito si Coach Sherwin. Ibabalik niya ang kanyang starting setter.
Hindi na naghintay na umikot pa na isang rotation until Gia serves.
And I think she's also putting back Linabasi Tots Carlos. So MG is back. Eliza finishing the job.
Started off with that perfect reception from Gemma Galanza, and of course Eliza finishing it off with a powerful attack para sa Creamline Cold Smashers, and we are headed to our 5th set here in this match.
We're back inside our wonderful venue there in Bacara, Ilocos Norte, the PCV Socio Civic and Cultural Center. 15 attacks for Creamline Cool Smashers, 14 for the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers. Creamline keeping their unforced errors down to 4, coming from the set 3 where they had 16, Mela.
And I think, honestly, ito yung totoong laban talaga, yung set 4. Kasi super regulated yung mga unforced errors, and we're able to see parang an exchange between attacks ng Cool Smashers and ng Black Mamba Army. And as we take a look, si Creamline din ay bumawi in terms of blocks. Kanina, they registered 0 blocks in the 3rd set. And now they had two blocks in that fourth set. And let's just remind our fans as well who are watching on TV na wala tayong change court
Wala.
dito sa set 5 as part of our adjustments sa new normal natin sa sports.
Boom Gonzalez, Mela Tunay for game number 1 for your Thursday doubleheader. This is match 13 of this season, Season 4 Open Conference of the first and only professional volleyball league in the country, the Premier Volleyball League. Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers, the Creamline Cool Smashers, on to the very first 5-setter of the conference.
This is an interesting decision also by Coach Kung Fu as we take a look. Ang ginagamit niya na setter so far for this set is si Jane Gonzalez. Kanina, Fend Mnas working well in the fourth set. And going back to the scoreboard, we have Gonzaga with 16 points, Tubino with 13, Carlos 23 big points, and Valdez keeping up with 17 points until that fourth set.
And again, Tots Carlos starting for the very first time this season. Gemma Galanza was the one coming off the bench after the knee issue in that match against Petrogas Angels. So coming up big, etong si Kaloy.
Right now, we're seeing the usual starters for Creamline. Iba rin yung ano nila talaga. Yung nabanggit mo kanina na chemistry. Iba yung galaw nila when Gemma Galanza is inside the court. Parang super chill lang. And I think she's developed that kind of offering for her team when she's inside.
(2-0). Alam naman natin kung gaano ka-importante ang simula pag set number 5 dahil maikli. Over the blockers, saved by Galanza. That's not over. Giving Black Mamba its first point here in set number 5.
And yung fifth set talaga is usually the battle of the momentum eh. Whoever starts better, they take the game, di ba? Not unless talagang you rally a good period towards the end of the game.
Pero bakit ka pa maghihintay, di ba?
Exactly.
Siyempre, you want to start strong. Good reaction there by Tubino. And again, look at that passionate scream by the 38-year-old. Look at her. Boy, is she focused today. Look at her trying to shout at her teammates, trying to rally them to take this fifth set.
And it's also very smart of her to swipe it off the hands of Eliza Valdez. And of course, we know naman na hindi yun yung talagang familiar territory ni Eliza to block. And Ging Base Pabayo took advantage of that.
Oh, Tubino. Linihis pa kaliwa. 3-2 from Black Mamba Army. 3 straight points for Coach Kung Fu's girls. Sherwin Meneses could only look as the ball passes by him. Sato. Mababa.
Back-to-back errors for Sato. This is the second time she's done that in this last set.
And there's going to be a timeout. Creamline will call this one. 4 straight points for the Lady Troopers. Konting pampakalma para kay Coach Sherwin. As Eliza Valdez checks out the defense, they will be on offense after the Tubino serve.
Again, the unforced errors flashed on your screen. Talagang doble-doble yung errors ng Creamline kumpara sa Black Mamba Army. But still, they were able to even out in terms of the sets here in this game. Pero tignan natin yung kapit itong Black Mamba Army.
Mela, they are playing inspired volleyball right now.
Well, if your leaders talaga are very passionate even after their scores, their attacks, diba? Mahahawa ka rin talaga. So,
Over pa. That is 6 straight points, Mela, after being down 2-0. The Lady Troopers looking to shock the Creamline Cool Smashers here.
and this time around, you have to credit their own efforts for that, diba? It's not coming off from
Good point.
anyone else errors,
Good point.
pero talagang sila yung naggawa ng mga points nila.
Trabaho nila. Ika nga.
That's right.
It's a great point. Sa kabila din nila, Valdez. Then they send it over to MG. Agno. Jovi. Open. Mitch adjusts.
Miscommunication there. Sayang yung depensa na yon kasi si Ging Base Pabayo expecting her to be set for that attack.
Matras
So
na siya,
umatras
no?
na siya, that's right. Pero masyado malayo yung setter for her to get to that ball at walang tumulong.
Look at the excellent digs. 84 for Black Mamba, 78 for Creamline. Pumunta na sa launching pad, kumbaga. Si Ging.
Chance ball here for the Lady Troopers.
Combination play. Great reaction there by Tin Francisco.
Tin Francisco has delivered that calmness, diba, in that middle game of Black Mamba Army.
This lead is 4, and that might not look like a big lead, but in the context of a set number 5, that is huge for Black Mamba, especially against the defending champions. Having said that, Creamline is never out of it. MG will try again. She readjusts. Jovi sa kabila! 8-3!
The heart and character of the Black Mamba Army making wonders for them in this game as we go to our technical timeout rather.
Again, walang palitan. Just a little pause here.
Okay, so we're not going to a technical timeout.
Nangangapa pa lahat, Mela, because this is the first fifth set ng ating bagong professional league. Oh, buena mano ka.
Tsaka new normal na kasi.
Imagine that. First time since March 4, si Mela Tunay was on TV doing a game, and pagbalik niya, 5 sets kaagad, and upset alert pa. 5 sets na, upset alert pa, because this is now a 6-point lead for Coach Kung Fu. And if they win today, Mela, they will tie Creamline sa ating team standings.
Interesting turn of events here in the PVL.
That's right.
Ito rin yung nakakamiss kasi lahat tayo nag-abang ng pagbabalik ng volleyball. So take a look at that Gumabaw cross-court attack. So lahat tayo nag-abang ng volleyball. Akala natin yung mga games lang yung aabangan natin. Pero yung mga drama, yung mga twists and turns,
Storyline,
di ba?
yes.
Na-miss natin lahat yan.
And in a league like this na collection of superstars, you have to expect the unexpected din, di ba? Maaring anything can happen. Anybody can beat you at any given day.
For sure, nakita natin. Creamline still alive in this game. 5-9, courtesy of that Panaga middle attack.
Maniniguro si Coach Kung Fu dito.
Huwag mong patamain lang sa braso mo. Kailangan may totally control mo yan. Nangagaw ka, dapat alam mo kung kukuha ng bola. Actually, pwede mo na ibigay kay yan. But anyway, good naman yung intention mo. Itama mo lang yung execution natin na. Sige lang. Hinggang malalim lang muna kayo. Wala muna, timing muna kayo, timing muna.
Pinatatahimik niya muna, Mela. After giving the instruction, good intention, sabi niya, pero kailangan gandahan niya yung execution. And take a deep breath. As they are in the lead by 4 and looking to shock the Open Conference defending champions. Uy, miscommunication. Chance ball. MG. Overset. Double contact pa nga. And here come the defending champs. charging back into this game. Down 3 with Sato serving. Another error on the set. Coach Kung Fu is complaining, and so is Jane Gonzalez.
Just a blink of an eye, di ba? Dalawa na lang yung kalamangan dito ng Black Mamba Army as we take a look at that error by Jin Gonzalez crossing yung kanyang na-commit na error doon.
This was 9-4, Mela. Are they looking for a check? Yes, a check will be given to Ging. Balse, Pabayo. They reversed the call. Pati yung celebration niya na-delay ng konti, Mela.
Again, when you're going up against Creamline, kailangan mo ng sobrang effort at pasundot-sundot na swerte talaga, Blue. And so far, it's happening both for Black Mamba Army as we take a look at the double substitution here for their team. Fen Emnas played super well in that fourth set. Let's see if she manages to close this out for their team.
3 straight points by Creamline, and then a point by Black Mamba gives us 10-7. Make that 10-8. Eto na. The closers of Creamline are starting to hum. MG, Elisa, and then a double substitution here. Negrito will serve, and she will set.
Can't get over that heated spike by Michelle Gumabaw.
8 serving 10. Saved.
Good reaction.
Bunag will send it over. Negrito will reverse it. Carlos, it drops into the corner.
Again, those long shots working well for Creamline. And now they are down by just 1 here in this 5th set.
It's a 5-1 run by the defending champions. Emnas will open to Bunag. Chance here for Creamline. Negrito will open to Galanza. Galanza is checked.
Solid block there and a good guard by Ging Balse Pabayo. Really setting the tone for that double block. Nakita mo, harang na harang niya yung atake na yon ni Gemma. And the reaction after, Boom.
Every time, every single time she scores, it looks like a championship point to Balse Pabayo. The cut shot.
And you can say it's not just the passion to play, it's also the passion to win.
To
Kasi
win,
she would really
yes.
do everything.
Yes, mababa yan, Galanza. An blocked on one side, error on the other side, and all of a sudden, Army is 3 points away from the upset. But Coach Sherwin will call timeout. Kulang na lang talaga dito. We've had everything today, Mela. The drama, the storylines, tight matches, tight sets. Meron din kanina tinambakan, 25-15. Ang kulang talaga lang dito is that fan element.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure thousands of fans are watching, but I mean live
For
fans.
sure.
But right now, we are getting a treat. Black Mamba, 12 serving 9. Galanza will send it over.
Medyo nag-ingat.
Oh, what a get by Elisa.
Good adjustment there by Tots Carlos.
Agno will set it to Bunag. Long attack. Carlos again.
Good
This is
ball.
good. Up. Wait a minute. Iba yung angulo natin, Mele.
Yeah, very hard to tell, but then that was a good effort though, and it's supposed to be legal if it went to the side
Into
of
the
yeah,
antenna. Yes. Sa angulo natin, we couldn't
Yeah,
see.
we couldn't say then.
But Bobby Celso was right on top of the action, our first referee. So it's a point for Creamline.
Creamline's still alive in this game, and
Ah, malayo pa.
Yeah, and Gemma in the service line is always bad news for the other team as she registered a lot of aces here today.
Oh, what a set!
Ooh.
What a play! And what a finish by Panaga.
Solid hit there by Jeanette Panaga, and the connection that she built with Negrito is just evident in that last play.
Alam mo, the more we play here in the Open Conference, Mela, the more games are played, the more matches are playing, the more quality we're seeing as the games go by, as the players are getting used to the conditions already. Chance here for Creamline. Eliza adjusts. Chance ball para sa Black Mamba. Bunag is checked. And we are tied all of a sudden. What a fight back by the defending champions.
So far, what we're seeing here is the heart of champions and the heart of veterans, diba?
Tama? Just to recap, Black Mamba Army was up 9-4 in this set. Mela?
Pa to, malayo pa to. Actually, lamang tayo sa bola. Kasi tayo umapalo tayo ng
And right now, it's an 8-3 run by Creamline.
tayo. Hindi tayo nabablock. Yung pangalawang atake, nabablock.
And actually, when you're in the fifth set, pabilisan talaga mag-move on dyan, Bune. Kasi like, if you commit errors in the previous sets, okay lang yun na mag-dwell ka doon kasi sometimes it really gets to you. Pero pag fifth set na, you can't dwell on a single error. And you just have to focus on the next one.
Short memory, short memory. All. Taas ng tensyon itong laban na ito. First fifth setter of the conference. The ball comes back to Black Mamba. Another chance for Tubino. Rejected again. Sumilip si M nasa likod. Si Bunag ang nandun. Negrito. Valdez. Hinabol ni Emnas. Tubino again. Long rally here in the fifth. Tubino will try again. Atienza. Carlos finds an opening. And they take the lead.
That's a very hard attack for the defenders to read though. Kasi kung makikita nyo, late yung blockers dito. So if you're a normal spiker, talagang hahampasin mo yan na malakas. So umatras yung mga defenders ng Army, thinking na papaluin to ng malakas ni Carlos or ng mahaba. But then she opted to do a cut shot and leaving a big donut hole in the middle of the court for the Army Lady Troopers.
Two things there also. Tots selling again yung swing. And two, Negrito has done a great job here in the fifth set. Runner. 13 all. Uy, nagkabanggaan yata. Mela, I think that is Panaga. And was it Galanza? Or Valdez?
I think it's Panaga and Valdez
Oh no.
from that double block. That
Parang head collision, ano? The newcomer here in the Creamline Cool Smashers will be escorted out. Oh,
baka
Oh.
nagkatapakan sila. Kasi usually kapag
Ah.
humahabol sa block, tendency is pag dalawa kayong
Right.
moving, there's a tendency na magkatapakan.
sorry, check that. I thought, because she was holding on to her head, I thought it was a head collision. So apparently parang frustrated lang. Maybe she feels that pain. We don't want to speculate on what it is, but it looks like either a leg injury, a knee injury, or
Yun.
an ankle.
So doon siya
Doon
nakatapak.
sa ankle.
Kasi when your block is moving, there's really this big
Right.
tendency na
But I'll say this anytime, Mela, I'll take an ankle over a knee,
for sure.
right? So it's
Yeah.
the lesser evil, so to speak. It's just unfortunate, obviously, kasi yung timing.
Yeah. Crucial part of the game.
Fifth set, 13 all.
Hindi ano yun. Except sana kung bumalik yung bola. Kung bumalik yung bola,
Bobby's also talking to the captain, Eliza Valdez. Said Domingo, we'll check in. 13 all, 2 all.
That's the luxury of a deep bench also. Quality player coming in also for Creamline Cold Smashers in said Domingo.
And what pressure. Nene Bautista, again, pinapadala ni Coach Kung Fu sa mga crucial service, ano? Kanina pa niya hinuhugot yan. Pressure is high at 13 all, set number 5. She delivers. Valdez. Bautista keeps it alive, but nobody there. And all of a sudden, Creamline with match point. Down 5 points in set number 5.
And again, Alyssa being Alyssa, the clutch player that she is, pag kailangan talaga, pag crucial points talaga, she's there to deliver.
We're in the middle
We've
of it.
seen her struggle though in the early parts of the game, pero pag ganito mga dikitan,
Doesn't
you can always,
matter.
you
Doesn't
can always
matter.
rely on her. And on point, Alyssa takes the game for the Creamline Cool Smashers, 15-13.
The last 2 points delivered by their captain and the ever-reliable Alyssa Valdez. And not only that, Creamline as a team, Mela, down 9-5, finished the game on an 11-4 run.
That's right, and we've seen some sparks from different players here in the Creamline Cold Smashers. Nakita rin natin Gemma Galanza pumasok off the bench. She delivered, and Negrito also in this crucial part of the game.
It's a 5-set win. We'll take a break and we'll be back to wrap this baby up. Let me correct myself. It is an 11-4 run after Black Mamba Army was ahead 9-4 in this set number 5. A fight back and a 5-set win and an ending 15-13. Tots Carlos is your chosen player of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Mela?
Yes, well deserved, and over 20 big points for Tots Carlos. I think that's 23. Hindi na natin nabilang sa sobrang dami, pero well-deserved. All throughout the game, she really stood up for her team. And regardless whether she's a newbie, talagang no jitters here for Tots Carlos. She delivered quality volleyball here today. Defense, offense, diba? Kahit yung mga blocks niya talagang quality for Creamline. And here, hindi pala 23, 26 big points, 24 attacks, and 2 blocks. And just her mere presence there on the court really made a difference for Creamline.
And remember, again, let's reiterate, she's starting for the very first time. She started for Gemma Galanza, who came off the bench today, nursing the knee injury, not Tots, but Gemma. And she came up big, 26 points. But the last 2 points in this match delivered by their captain, an Eliza Valdez attack, and a block to give them this 5-set win and a 3-0 start sa ating team standings dito sa ating Open Conference Season 4. Mela's not going anywhere, and I hope you won't too, but may 1 hour break tayo. 30 minutes to disinfect and sanitize, and another 30 minutes for the players to warm up. And then after all of that, we get to the second game of our Thursday doubleheader. And that will be Cherry Tigo crossovers, who will try to win to stay in step with the Creamline Cool Smashers as they go up against the team that lost the last time, the Bally Pure Water Defenders. That is match number 14. Mela, it's good to see you, and it's always a pleasure. And she will stay on as Anthony Santay will be doing that game with her right here on One Sports and One Sports Plus. My name is Boom Gonzalez. Thank you for watching. Creamline Cool Smashers taking it in the first 5-setter of the PVL Open Conference.